Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So in this AFK journey video, we're going to talk about the glorious hero chest or the festive glorious hero chest as to which unit you should go for. So just a disclaimer, if you're new to the game and you're picking up only one copy to be used for now, right, I'll say Twins, Kulu, as well as Festo, they are the three decently good usable one copy Celestial Hypogean, because Twins first, second and third skill is not that stats dependent, and as long as they can survive in Dream Realm, they can give you pretty good results. Very cheap, very efficient, very good. Festo might need more stats to tank up and be a good damage dealer, but Festo with the energy regen as well as the damage reduction buff is usable as a utility for the team as well. And last but not least, Kulu is used for the team for the walling ability to prevent the melee units from swarming you in certain AFK stages or even PvP lineups. So these are the three one copy usable units. Now let's talk about the other units, right? Whether or not you should go for them from this chest. So top 4, Twins, Harak, Festo, and Belram. So the reason why these are the top 4s is because I think they are just really versatile this season. They're used for Dream Realm and you can also use them for PvP. Harak and Belram is used with Maulers in the PvP setup for their melee power and also really good synergy with the Mauler factional talent in general. Festo has generally been a pretty decent all-rounder tank. In fact, I do think that Festo is still the best tank because you have buff, you have damage, and you use Festo to soak up a lot of damage. So Festo is still the best tank, but Dream Realm this season, there are some bosses that Festo is not used, but he's still very prominent. So top 1 would be Twins, top 2 would be Festo, and then followed by Harak and Belram. So these 4 are the ones that I'll strongly recommend, right? What about the other units and what they're used for? So Belram, PvP. So if you are focusing on PvP, then Barrow is a choice, but he's not that good there, so I wouldn't recommend. Skalita is usable with some Storly variant, but also not the best, even though if you do build her up to Supreme Plus, she does have the anti-revive ability in the EX weapon, but it's still very niche, so not really recommended. Dino not very prominent right now because Atalia took over his position and probably does it better. Like, it was Dun and Dino in the previous seasons, but right now I think Dun and Atalia combo is just a lot better. So for Reyna's case, if you have built up the top 4s, I think Reyna is probably the 5th in my honest take, because Reyna has always been a usable Dream Realm character, like in the earlier stages, and even to the late game to a certain extent, I think I still see use for Reyna. So I think this unit is a unit which I feel will be sticking around in the meta, like just for that buff and debuff ability. So buff for the damage reduction and debuff with the additional damage. So you need him at Mythic Plus for both this ability on the EX weapon. So that's for Reyna. So it probably the 5th unit to build up. We've already done up the other 4. So Talin this season is very similar to Dun in a sense. I think Dun is good for PvP and shuts down like Cryonaya, shuts down Chimera teams in general, and does have the buff from Supreme Plus skill, but it's just very PvP centric. Similar to Talin, I think Talin is quite good for PvP still because of the revive, massive magical damage, synergies with the Bonnie Tasi combo, synergies with a lot of the revive mechanics, but very PvP centric. So yeah, choose your poison. This season, Talin's magical damage DPS role has been overtaken by Chimera basically, so that's that. And then Cryonaya has good synergy with Pandora for the insta ultimate cast, but a well-invested Chimera and Pandora can still kill Cryonaya with Pandora, because if Chimera gets off the ultimate before Cryonaya gets off the ultimate, the ghost will still kill Cryonaya. So the cost to invest in a Cryonaya comp is higher, and you do have counters to Cryonaya, like obviously Dahlia shutting down the ultimate, and also Chimera if she gets off the ultimate first. So Cryonaya can be built up, but she's a more expensive character. And then Twins, like I mentioned, best should be the first one to build up. Atalia strictly for PvP, but she's probably the best for PvP right now as a single unit. So she can fit into a lot of teams, she deals a lot of damage, she stays around even if she dies. Just a really strong PvP character. It's like a benchmark for meta right now. And then Kulu is used as a PvP character from time to time in range teams, and sometimes in PvE to wall up the opponent, to stop their advances. So also viable. I think the only few units you probably shouldn't go for would be Saida, Barrow, Skalita, Dino, as well as maybe Cryonite, because like I feel that they are very niche in terms of what they do, and they are very, I'll say, like whaley. Like they don't do much on their own. They need other stuff to make them good. So I won't recommend them. But if you have other units built up and you do like their kit, feel free to go for them. So that will be for the rest of the other units. Top 4 will be these 4. Okay. And Belram is rising up. So we shall see how he fare moving forward. As for this account so far, right now in this free-to-play account, this is my VN account, we do have our Fresto built up. We have Reina built up to M+. And we have Twins at Supreme+. So looking at my current collection of the Stellar Ops itself, I might be going for Harrock to just give me more physical damage utility. So we do have 453, which is actually sufficient to get 1 Celestial Hypogean to S+. But we shall see, because I want to see how Belram fares moving forward before making the decision. But that's it for today's video, just to talk about the Festive Glorious Hero Chest. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like and subscribe to see more. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.